Welcome to the University Health Services at Manoa Lokahi Peer Education Program Health and Wellness presentation. Today we're going to be talking about how stress affects your physical, emotional, and cognitive health. Stress has been identified as the #1 health concern for college students nationwide, so it's important for us to have stress reduction strategies so we can still achieve college success. Today we're going to introduce a wellness wheel called the Lokahi wheel, which will also provide you with strategies for reducing your daily stress level. Okay, let's do a little inventory of your stress level this week. What I'd like you to do is listen as I read the following statements and just mark on a piece of paper if any of the following have been true for you. So first of all, during this past week, have you procrastinated and had to stay up late to finish a paper? Or this week, were you late at all to class or to work? Have you experienced any kind of change in eating habits this past week, maybe snacking more or skipping meals as a result of some kind of stress? Have you experienced any kind of headache, neck, or shoulder tension this week? And how about losing sleep because you were worrying about a problem that was stressing you out? Finally, have you isolated yourself from your friends or maybe from your family because you've been stressed out or been so busy? If any of these statements were true, this kind of helps to show that we're all susceptible to stress, and that stress, for the most part, can be an unavoidable part of our lives. But at the same time, this presentation is designed to not only explain how stress affects our minds and bodies, but also can show us how to better deal with the daily stressors.
So what is stress? Stress is the imbalance between the demands in our lives and the resources we have to deal with them. And stress can manifest itself in 3 ways: physiologically, emotionally, and cognitively. Let's look at the short-term physiological effects of stress. This slide illustrates what happens to your body when you encounter a stressful situation. Things like sweating, muscle tension, shallow breathing, and dizziness. Originally, stress was a protective mechanism. Think of the fight-or-flight response. During a stressful situation, certain parts of the body go on red alert while other parts slow down. The problem with modern society is that people are in stress response mode for longer periods of time, which can have some long-term physiological effects on the body. Having certain systems on hyper alert and other systems shut down can result in things like a weakened immune system. When under chronic stress, you may get sick more frequently and/or take longer to recover from illness. Chronic stress can also result in difficulty sleeping, often leading to fatigue. Certain things like digestive and fertility problems can occur in the future if stress continues to be unmanaged. Let's look at the emotional effects of stress. Chronic stress grinds away at your mental health, which can leave you more vulnerable to everyday pressures and less able to cope. Over time, stress can contribute to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and substance abuse. And lastly, stress can impact your cognitive abilities. When stressed, you may have difficulty concentrating, forget things easily, or be unable to memorize new material. All of this can negatively impact your academic performance.
Now that you have a better understanding of how stress can affect you, let's look at the Lokahi wheel, which can be an effective tool in assessing your personal stress levels. The Lokahi wheel was developed by educators at Kamehameha schools who allow us to use the wheel in our educational outreach. This wheel is in keeping with the Hawaiian concept of Lokahi, which speaks of balance, harmony, and unity for the self in relationship to the body, the mind, the spirit, and the rest of the world. The wheel is divided into 6 parts, each representing a different component of wellness. The first component of the wellness wheel is spiritual and soul, taking time to appreciate life, seeking meaning and purpose to human existence, and life is more than just being a college student. Things you can do to promote your spiritual wellness could be going to a place of worship. However, some people may express their spirituality through activities such as surfing, hiking, yoga, or meditation. Friends and family is another component of the Lokahi wheel. This is about interacting with people from a variety of backgrounds, contributing to the welfare of one's community, pursuing harmony in one's family, and that much of life's pleasure stems from love, caring, and friendship. Things you can do to promote your social wellness could be joining a club, volunteering in the community, spending quality time with friends and family. This component is work and job life planning. It's about gaining skills and integrating components of the wellness model to plan for a healthy future. Also, setting realistic goals and working towards them. Things you can do to promote your life planning wellness could be choosing a major, going to graduate school, and/or doing an internship. This component is thinking, mind, and intellectual wellness. It's about the desire to learn from challenges and experiences, creative and mentally stimulating activities, both within the classroom and outside, and using resources and preparing for a meaningful career. Things you can do to promote your intellectual wellness could be learning a foreign language, forming study groups, and/or reading the newspaper every day. The fifth component of the Lokahi wheel is feelings and emotions. This has to do with maintaining a positive attitude, holding expectations in line with reality, and finding a healthy release for one's emotions. Things you can do to promote your emotional wellness could include journaling, seeing a counselor, and/or talking to a friend or loved one. The final component of the wellness wheel is physical body. This has to do with regular physical activity, proper nutrition, medical self-care, abstinence from tobacco and illicit drug use, moderation with alcohol and caffeine. Things you can do to promote your physical wellness could be to take a KLS class, which would fulfill academic requirements and promote your health, getting 8 hours of sleep a night, eating a healthy breakfast, the most important meal of the day. Now we're going to do a little activity called Draw Your Wellness Wheel. This is an activity to identify what area of your life is being stressed the most. So think of something in your life that is currently stressing you out today. Identify what part of the wheel the stressor falls under, and when you draw that section of the wheel, it will be larger than the other parts. This is because more of your life energy is being spent dealing with that issue. As a result, some areas of your wheel will be smaller. However, other areas may remain unaffected, and so their size doesn't change. For example, if you just broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, your emotional wellness may be under a lot of stress. So in this case, you would draw your emotional wellness really big. Because of this, you may not have been focusing on your schoolwork, so this section may be small. Please take a few minutes to draw your own wellness wheel. Please pause the video to take time out to do this. We're going to do one more exercise called Solutions for Stress Reduction. I want you to take a few moments to think about 5 strategies or activities for each of the 6 areas of the wellness wheel that will help reduce stress in your life. After you've completed that, take a look at the wheel you created and see if any of the strategies you came up with will address the stress that you're currently experiencing. If so, figure out how you can incorporate those solutions into your life and see if you can rebalance your wellness wheel. Please pause and take a few moments to do this activity.
Great job, everyone, today. Thank you so much for viewing this presentation. For more information on stress management and strategies for reducing stress in your life, please contact the University Health Services Manoa Health Promotion Office, located in the Queen Liliuokalani Center for Student Services in room 313. You can also contact us via phone. Our direct line is 956-8060. Thank you.